this?
Just eating everything. What are you just eating everything?
No.
All right, yes, sir. It is your boy Kevin Bourne, also known as KB the Boss from ShifterMagazine.com. And we're here in Niagara Falls at the OLG stage with two other judges of, I think, one of Canada's more successful shows. We're talking about Canada's Got Talent. And so I'm here being joined by WWE Hall of Famer, Trish Stratus, and one of Canada's most celebrated artists of all time. Recently, a new role over at Def Jam. We have Cardi and we have Trish Stratus. And thank you so much for joining me.
Thanks for having us.
My pleasure. I feel like you just ratted us all out. Everybody knows where we are, what we're doing. The only thing you didn't tell us like the room that we're in inside the. I'm done.
That's okay.
Good to be here,
Also,
yo.
just a little correction. So I said it's the most successful show on CityTV in the last decade.
This
is true. I was going to leave it to Trish to say because I know
I got the stats. I got the stats.
Literally,
yeah.
in the last
just
decade.
like 1.3 million. It's just fine. It's fine.
Well, that's amazing, and it's because of the two people that are sitting right here.
It's because
Absolutely.
of us. Yeah, absolutely.
We're not going to argue with that.
Was there any other talent on stage? I don't know.
So let's talk about the upcoming season. What's exciting you the most? Like, what are you looking forward to the most for this upcoming season?
Our jokes are really good.
Mm-hmm.
They're not. They're actually horrible.
Very bad. Really good bad jokes.
Good bad jokes
is what we have.
Good bad
but
jokes.
Besides
Or are they bad good jokes?
No, they're bad. They're good bad jokes. Remember, they're bad. They're not good.
Got it.
We wouldn't put us through if we were on stage.
As comedians.
Canadians.
You know what?
As in music, yes. Wrestling, if that was what we were presenting there, yes. But that brings me to our next topic.
We literally have the most fun.
Yeah.
And we are saying, like, the thing about this show for all of us is, like, when we say that we just show up, we mean that it's like, it's not that we don't do any preparation or whatever, but it's like in terms of just who we are, it's like we go to work, we get there, we get behind the judge's desk and we just go at it. There's there's no script, there's no like things to remember or what have you. It's like, that's why we love doing this show, is for all of us. Mm-hmm. We just get to go and have like the most amount of fun. And it's like I don't know, although it's a super successful show, it's the least amount of pressure for us. Because I mean, like, you know, Trish is always in front of like thousands and thousands of people, whether they're lining up literally. Well,
I'm just saying,
you know, so whether it's that or, you know, me doing all my
thousands and thousands of people
various stuff, like, this
it's
is
nice
whatever.
To have our pressure transfer to those on stage, and those people on stage have the pressure because you know, honestly, and he's saying this because we have this. All we have to do is literally organically react, because what we're seeing on stage, whether it's crappy or good, is literally, you know, it's organic and it's in the moment and it's authentic. So this year's talent, I mean, the first season we were like, sometimes the Canadian version of a US program is maybe not as good.
A lot of times it's trash.
Sometimes. So we were like, oh my gosh. Not to say that our talent, it just, you weren't sure. We weren't sure. So the talent would come on and we were like, so memory immediately. Yes, that was great. When they weren't, because we weren't sure if it would get better.
Yeah.
But then it did. And the talent really came out, and Canada.
No, but Trish, do you remember the first act? It wasn't on TV.
Yeah.
It wasn't in sequential order.
On the cutting room
but
floor.
The first act that we did were these little kids. I was like, these guys. I was like, yo, these guys are pranking us, yo. Like, you know, I was like, yo, this is terrible. Little kids. So I'm like, yo, do you want me to tell the little kids it was trash? Because it was like 7th grade ballet or something. Not even younger.
It was like basically we're in the gymnasium at someone's recital.
Yeah, and it's like, I was literally looking and I was like, okay, these guys are pranking us. Like, because it's the toughest thing to like critique or give your opinion on is a little kid. Because you want to always give them, you know what I mean, give them a boost and be like, oh, that was great. Yeah. Even if they're trash. That was literally our very first act that we had to deal with. So it just got better from there. Yeah.
See, and then season 2, like after seeing the show air season 1, I mean, the talent who decided they're going to come on season 2, they really knew, like, well, the bar is set higher. We need to like really bring it. I'm sure there was very big discussions amongst, especially dance crews, saying we can't be crap. So season 2, I mean, what we've seen, blow your mind, right? It's been season just like dope. Next level, and so proud. And I'll tell you what, when Howie Mandel looks over us and said, this might be one of the best acts I've seen and any of the shows I've been on, you're just like, from our country, it makes you so proud.
Absolutely. Yeah. Now, I want to piggyback on something you said, because I attended a taping with my kids and I was like, Cardi's kind of, he might be a little bit mean sometimes. I see him like, are you the Simon? Are you kind of the like Because I was like, man, Cardi's a little bit,
listen,
a little bit cutthroat.
When did you come? Season 2 or season 1?
This season.
Really? I was nicer this season.
I was like, Cardi's a little bit mean,
He was definitely a mean guy.
You know why? Here's the thing. What you're going to see is when people are at home, they're going to thank me. Because you don't want the trash to get through and make it to TV, or you don't want to be at home. You know what it is? My daughter is actually the worst. You think I'm mean? My daughter is at home, and at the time, I remember like last season, she was 5. And there's certain things, and I let them go, and my daughter's like, they're terrible. Why did you let them go? So there's 5-year-olds that are at home, like, you know what I mean? Like looking at this show, being super serious. I can't like just let people go and just get them, you know what I mean? Can't give them a break,
so
not
basically
me.
what he said is this year we watched the performances through the eyes of a 5-year-old.
My 5-year-old, it's much different. My daughter is the toughest because trust me, like even if I walk out, if I walk out of the house, she'll be like, Dad, I don't like that outfit.
Yeah.
I don't like it. So
kids just no filter.
Trust me, if you can make it past my daughter, you can make it past anything.
I send him shots of my outfits and say, share it with her.
It's the stamp of approval.
Yeah.
Obviously, you guys are going to disagree on some of the talent that maybe you're passionate. Like, how real do the disagreements get? Like after maybe you sent somebody home that you were really passionate. Like how real do those arguments get?
Very real. There's stuff we're still arguing about from season 1, to be honest.
They were like, I still don't think you were. It's like a thing. No, absolutely. I mean, even like when I body slammed him that time, you gotta say that. I'm so strong. That was real.
Yo, listen, we have a CGT like a judges group chat.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We have an iChat. So it's like there's plenty of times where like just randomly out of nowhere, Lily's like, I think you guys were wrong. We shouldn't have sent home, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah,
so it's a real thing.
Thoughts. Oh my God, did we send them home? You guys were wrong. There's times, which is nice. It makes for like, it's interesting, right? And, and I think the cool thing about having, a flavor for everyone at home, right? So I think we'd like to think that at home, people are watching, mom has an opinion, sister has an opinion, and they're watching and they're like, I agree with Cardi. And this one's going, I agree with Trish. And that's what makes it so cool and interactive and interesting.
Although you'd probably hear more I agree with Cardi than you hear I agree with Trish. I'm just putting it out there.
Probably more Trish.
Just putting it out there.
Maybe they're like, I'm not as mean as Cardi. I would never say that. And Cardi's people like he does. But yeah, so mean.
I'm loving this dynamic right here.
Yeah. We're awesome. Sorry, you said it.
Now I asked Lily this question as a person of color because Canada, people of color, always feel like Canada may not be the best place to foster talent for people of color. What potential do you feel like this show has to be a platform to put talent that look like us out there?
Well, here's the interesting thing. Like I've traveled this country a million times over. It feels like, and it's like what people need to understand is that, and it's changed. Like the first time that I went on tour, like. When we drove 18 hours, we didn't even leave the province. And I said, oh, this is not Toronto. Like, you know what I mean? So it's like a lot of the things that we're used to, maybe in some of the smaller places or some of the rural towns, are not really used to seeing a lot of different types of people. And the funny thing is you would think it's like limited to people of color, but sometimes even just other types of people of European descent. You know what I'm saying? So sometimes it's just like, I don't know, maybe it's like mostly people of, British, Irish, and Scottish descent or whatever, but they've never been around Greek people or they've never been around whatever. So, I mean, first of all, we are definitely in Toronto super lucky to grow up like having this be a normal thing. And I think a lot of the city centers across the world are starting to, have more celebrations. So you'll go to like a Edmonton or a Vancouver and you'll see a lot more multicultural celebration. And I think what's interesting is as the country is starting to grow in different ways, they are making it, I think, it's language is important. I don't want to say easier because it's not difficult, but I think it's becoming more normalized that you're seeing more diversity across the country. And that's what we like about the show, period. Like from the judges, like every last one of us like have, come from different backgrounds, different places, wrestlers, art, musicians, comedians, all these different things. So I think our show is very representative of what Canada is and what it's going to be. And I think that's part of what
and we
makes
saw
it.
that on the stage, and that was what made us really proud. We did see the diversity, and we saw, like, you know, that we were proud to celebrate different cultures and seeing like actual cultures come to life on our stage, which was beautiful. Like to have those stories told that maybe haven't had a chance to tell those stories. Like some amazing Indigenous acts have come upon us, and it's just been wonderful. You know, so I think that's what makes our Canadian show very unique than the other Got Talents for sure.
Yeah. And before we go, we expect some gold buzzers
Where
from
are we
you
going,
guys.
KP? We're just hanging here. I thought
No. You guys are busy people. You guys are busy people. And before we go, like, we expect any gold buzzers from you guys.
I mean,
that's our job. It's part of our job.
Yeah, I mean, some golden buzzers are better than others. You know what I'm saying? Just putting it out there. But definitely, but listen, the golden buzzers are. I don't want to give away anything, but what I'll say is that this year is much different. We were less safe. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like we really
less safe. Yeah.
We definitely took chances on.
But I think also because
on people this year.
The pool of talent that came out. I mean, 460 plus auditions. We saw.
No, way more than that.
No.
They whittled it down from thousands.
I mean, that was, but by the time we saw them on our stage.
Yeah.
You know, so many people, and like they knew they had to raise that bar. And so it was hard for us. We had to like really know, like tough. We had to at one point say, we really got to have the very best of the very best that deserve to be on the stage because they are representing Canada. It was tough, you know, it was for tough, us,
but fun though.
And the golden buzzer moments are super cool. There's just moments, and it's funny because it might just click with us, but it's like how he said to us, "You'll just feel it," and you just truly do.
KB, I'm putting it out there. You're a big strapping man, but you may cry.
Well, you may cry. I may or may not have been in the audience for a gold buzzer, golden buzzers, and it definitely, had me a little bit,
Listen,
I was there. So.
There's nothing wrong. It's 2023. You know what I'm saying? It's okay to get choked up. So if you watch the show and you tear up a little bit, don't feel no kind of way.
I definitely won't.
Nice.
Well, thank you guys so much for your time. Once again, we have Trish Stratus, Kardinal Offishall. Thank you guys so much.
Thank you.
My pleasure.